When I was 23, I genuinely believed I had everything under control. I had just finished college in Indiana, started my first real job at a small marketing company, rented a simple one-bedroom apartment, and spent most weekends heading out to the lake with friends. Life felt thrilling, unpredictable, and full of possibilities. And at the heart of all that energy was my girlfriend, Emily. Emily and I had crossed paths during our sophomore year. She was bright, witty, and had this effortless way of making a room feel warmer just by being in it. We began dating after a late-night study session that somehow turned into a 2-hour conversation about family, music, and everything in between. By the time I was 23, we had been together close to 3 years. She was the kind of person who made you want to build a future, someone you didn't treat as temporary. But the story I'm about to tell isn't only about Emily, it's also about her sister Sarah. And the night I learned how quickly life can shift without warning. Sarah was a year younger than Emily, just 22, wrapping up her final year of college. I had met her a handful of times during family holidays and gatherings. She and Emily were opposites in almost every way. Emily was organized, steady, and always prepared. Sarah was wild-hearted, spontaneous, and full of messy but beautiful ideas. Emily loved schedules and color-coded planners. Sarah loved unplanned road trips and sketchbooks overflowing with chaotic creativity. Yet despite their differences, they were incredibly close. And I had always admired that bond. It was during Thanksgiving weekend that everything changed. Emily invited me to spend the holiday with her family in Ohio. I drove the 3 hours to her parents' house, a warm 2-story home on a quiet street, where a few stubborn orange leaves still clung to the trees despite the late November cold. Her mom welcomed me with the smell of pumpkin pie, her dad with a strong handshake, and Sarah with a smile that looked a little dimmer than usual. The holiday itself was filled with warmth. We gathered around the dining table, swapping old family memories, passing plates piled with turkey and stuffing, and playfully arguing about football. But I noticed something off about Sarah. She laughed when everyone else did, but her eyes looked distant. She barely touched her food. A couple of times, I caught her staring out the window like her thoughts were miles away. Later that night, after dessert and board games, Emily went upstairs to shower. Her parents had gone to bed, and I sat in the living room, scrolling absent-mindedly through my phone. Sarah came in quietly, wrapped in a blanket, her hair tied back in a loose, tired knot. "Can't sleep?" I asked, putting my phone aside. She shook her head. "Not really. Too much on my mind." I hesitated, then motioned toward the armchair across from me. "Want to talk about it?" She stayed still for a moment but eventually sat down, pulling the blanket close. "Life just feels heavy right now. Graduation's coming up, and everyone keeps asking what I'm doing next. I don't know what to tell them. I feel like I'm falling behind, like I'm letting everyone down." I leaned forward, giving her my full attention. "Sarah, nobody has everything figured out at 22. I didn't. Honestly, I'm still trying." She let out a small laugh, but it faded quickly. "It's not only that. I've been struggling with feeling like I'm not enough. Emily's always been the one who succeeds, the one everyone can rely on. And me, I'm the chaotic one, the one who can't stick to anything." Her voice wavered. "Sometimes I wonder if anyone would even notice if I stopped trying." Her words hit unexpectedly hard. I hadn't realized she was carrying so much. A protective feeling washed over me. "Sarah," I said softly, "you don't see what the rest of us see. You're talented, creative, and genuinely kind. I've watched how you treat people, how you make them feel understood. That matters more than any plan or title." She looked up at me, her eyes filling with tears. "You really think so?" "I know so," I replied. "People like you remind the rest of us that life isn't only about structure and rules. It's about living, feeling." She fell silent, staring at the fireplace where the last embers glowed. Then she whispered, "Thank you. I haven't told anyone how bad things have gotten. Not even Emily. I didn't want her to stress." I nodded. "I get that, but you don't have to carry everything by yourself. Letting someone in, sometimes that's the strongest thing you can do." We talked for almost an hour. She opened up about the pressure she felt at school, the nights she cried alone in her dorm, and the fear of watching everyone else move forward while she stayed stuck. I didn't try to fix anything. I just listened. And in that moment, I realized how important it is to truly be present when someone decides to share their pain.